Sweet.
Welcome everyone for another Legacy Leadership Sarpy Legacy Project Update. At this point, we're joined with Team Beta.
Yeah, thank you everyone for joining us today. My name is Andy Sajovic with 5 Points Bank in the Commercial Lending Department. Our Legacy project focused on the La Vista Sports Complex in partnership with the City of La Vista. And I will have each member of our group introduce themselves, and then we'll get started.
Hi, my name is Samantha Brunken, and I lead our executive escalations team at PayPal.
Hi, this is Ryan Strahecker, and I'm with Paul J. Stracker, Inc. We are a nonprofit consulting firm.
Hi, I'm Dean Wilson, and I work for Postnet of Papillion.
I'm Amy Wagoner. I'm a retail manager at Great Western Bank.
Outstanding. So we'll move forward. So as we mentioned, our project was around the La Vista Sports Complex. As we came together to brainstorm our projects, we had challenges narrowing our scope as we all had different interests that we felt were important and that could impact the community in a positive way. In the end, we decided to use the connections that we had already in place with the City of La Vista to create an art project in conjunction with the 84th Street Corridor Improvement Project. However, as you can see by our title, that we were advised the corridor project was still evolving in scope and that the theme for the green space was still unclear. So we had to shift gears to support another city project, which was the La Vista Sports Complex. This slide here summarizes our original project scope, including some short, medium, and long-term objectives that we wanted to accomplish along the way. And it also highlights things such as our target amount that we wanted to fundraise and who would be our advisors along the way. This represents the larger overall project that the La Vista City had planned for the complex. Our piece of this larger project was to improve the area at the entrance to the complex, which would include removing the old, outdated landscaping and planting new trees and shrubs to improve and beautify the entrance to the location.
So this has been a little bit of a crazy year. We had some obstacles in our project. So one of those unexpected obstacles, it was a difficult process finding the right people we needed to talk to and then coordinating between themselves and our group. Another unexpected obstacle we had would be understanding our role in the group. So all of our team participated equally. However, the end result might have been better if we had placed individuals in positions that would better suit, their skills. The next one I'm going to talk about is COVID-19. I don't think that needs a lot of words to say. We all feel that impact in our lives, and that really changed our project and our project goal. Our last unexpected challenge we had was going to be focusing our scope. So all of us had great ideas. So deciding what our project was going to be was a little bit difficult. We were also challenged with defining and narrowing down our project to achievable goals. In the end, I'm proud of what our team has accomplished, and I look forward to the future.
Okay, so as Dean was saying, we had several unexpected obstacles throughout the project, but in particular, the situation with COVID-19 really required us to pivot and complete our project in a completely different way. So between working with Jeff from the city and with Brian, we came up with a solution. We changed our role in the project from primarily a fundraising role to a group volunteer event. So we will be working together as a group to beautify the park entrance whenever it is safe for us to do so. We will clean up, we will plant trees, we will plant bushes, we'll spread mulch, whatever the city would like us to do. The city will give us the supplies and we will provide the labor. For a timeline, We're just going to have to play this by ear again whenever it's safe, but likely it'll be in June or July when this is completed. I think the key with coming up with this solution, and for the group to feel that we really achieved what we originally wanted to achieve, was that it still ultimately fulfills our original purpose. We wanted to create a space that was safer and more beautiful for those that were using it, and we're still doing so, doing it in a different way. We also were freeing up the city's resources. So the people, time, money, and other resources that would have gone into this physical labor portion of the project, those things can now go to other more timely and pressing needs within the city. We think this is a great solution. It fulfills the requirements of our project, and it also fulfills our original purpose.
Okay, so some lessons learned from our project. Number 1 and number 2, the first 2 bullets kind of go together. And it really had to do with, we had several great discussions, and had we organized ourselves in maybe more like a board format with a president, a secretary, a treasurer, something like that from the beginning, we think we would have been a little bit more effective faster, just to help everyone understand who does what and how decisions are made and who needs to follow up with who. That goes along with regular communication, just making sure that there's some weekly communication, who's doing what task when, and checking in on the tasks. So as we reflected over the last couple of weeks, we did talk a bit about that. Planning ahead, we would have started faster on our fundraising efforts. We did have a lot of conversations about fundraising and thinking about whether we're going to do some online fundraising, things like that. But we could have started probably before March, and we wish we probably had done that. Contingency planning, we had a little laugh about this because we had our contingency planning session in our program. And with COVID-19, certainly there's been contingency planning that's needed to go along. The key question that we came to was, had we talked through all this with the city, that the question we should have been asking is, at the end of the day, what is the key things that need to be accomplished, the core of our project? So if we knew the core of the project, we probably could have kept that in mind, and our contingency planning would have gone for the core of the project. So that's was kind of a key learning as well. Clear goals really talks to, as we defined our project and deciding on what project we were going to do, same thing, needing to know what are the clear goals that need to be accomplished. And with that, what's our role versus the city's role, or our role versus other entities' roles. So some of that was just getting a good handle of what is expected of us. Sometimes you have an early planning conversation and you leave the meeting feeling like everyone knows what to do, and then you realize maybe everyone doesn't know what to do. So some of that is just kind of going the extra step to clarify things. Flexibility, the best laid plans can always be interrupted. Learn to pivot. So that's on here twice, just to prove you have to learn to pivot. And certainly that kind of goes with understanding what your core mission is and to achieve the project. We wanted to add the last bullet on still learning, because our project's not done, and we feel like through our volunteer effort to finish the park, when we're able to do that, certainly we'll still learn more and have the chance to kind of get together and do that and reflect from there. So we're excited to finish the project.
Yeah, so thank you everyone for joining us today and learning about our legacy project. Just an overview, we've covered the actual project itself, some of the obstacles we have faced, some solutions we found by pivoting maybe some roles and some responsibilities and what the project would entail, and as well as lessons learned. We hope you've enjoyed the project and learning a little bit about it. We've enjoyed this whole process, have learned many things, and we look forward to completing our project this summer and sharing a few photos of the beautiful space we hope to create.
Thank you, Team Beta, for sharing that. Absolutely. You know, both from the focus on pivoting, and which is becoming more and more a common word and a common theme. Initially, we think of pivot, you know, from a Nebraska standpoint. Pivot has been critical given agriculture and center pivot. But now, as we're dealing with a pandemic and crisis, pivoting is becoming more and more common and frequent And so appreciate everybody's time and effort. And so thank you all.